Worker masks come in 3 various styles, but they are all immediately identifiable as such. The workers all wear the same outfit: a red jumpsuit with hood and a black mask with a white shape on the top half that covers their full face. A triangle, a square, or a circle can be seen on each worker mask. Aside from the shape variation, their uniforms are identical. This generates a sense of unity among the workers, making them appear as one cohesive unit rather than a collection of disparate people. Their entire bodies and faces are clothed from head to toe, so nothing can identify them as individuals or even humans. The workers must always wear their masks, and the front man even cautions that once they know who you are, it's all over. On worker masks, the circles, squares, and triangles are drawn in clean, clear white lines, similar to the icons on video game controllers. This creates a visual link between the workers and the children's games, further removing their individual identities and incorporating them into the greater game environment. The 3 varied forms on the workers' masks reflect 3 different, classified groups of workers, despite the fact that all workers are plainly classed lower than the frontman and the VIPs. The lowest rated personnel have a circle on their masks. They are in charge of cleaning, serving food to contestants, mopping up blood, removing corpses from the gaming zones, and incinerating the bodies of dead contestants on the island. The circle workers do not even talk unless a superior speaks to them first. The second level of workers are those with a triangle on their mask. They enforce the game's rules, lead the group from one location to the next, remove participants who lose a game, and maintain general crowd control when things get out of hand. Unlike the circle workers, the triangle workers are at least above the contestants in that they can give them orders or even kill them on the spot. In terms of class, the triangles are akin to a police officer or a chain store manager. They enforce certain laws, but they don't get to set any, and they don't have enough power as individuals to make significant changes. Those wearing a square on their mask represent the highest level of personnel. They are in charge of the triangles and circles and can give them orders. To obtain directives from the front man, the square employees contact directly with him. They can also view the video being shot on the island. Although the square workers are superior to the contestants, circle workers, and triangle workers, they are still employees. When a police officer sneaks onto the island and disguises himself as a laborer without anyone noticing, the masks, probably constructed by the host, the front man, or others identical to them, backfire. Although getting to the island was tough, once there, it was simple for him to blend in and go undetected for a while. He first disguised himself as a circle, but when he removed the mask from the body of a deceased worker, he switched to a square. He most likely used this opportunity to exchange masks because the square mask would have given him somewhat greater worker privileges. Of course, once the front man and his workers saw the police officer's face without his mask on, they quickly overwhelmed him. Front man mask. The front man wears a completely different mask than the horde of laborers who follow him. For the majority of the season, it appears that the front man is in charge. Even though he has control over both the staff and the contestants, it is evident that he is putting on a show for the VIPs. In actuality, the front man is also known as the evasive host, whose true identity is unknown until the season's end. Because the front man is effectively second in command, it's only natural that he wears a unique mask. His mask is black and angular, and when he wears it, his face resembles that of a robotic video game character. His mask has no white features that identify him from a worker. The front man, like the laborers, is dressed in a black uniform, despite being outwardly distinct from the employees. The front man wears a full suit and mask to conceal his true identity from the candidates. VIP masks. The VIPs are wealthy guys who have traveled from all over the world to watch the Squid Game. The VIPs watch the games live on a screen in a separate, opulent room, where they are entertained with booze, food, and staff at the same time. They talk to each other about what's going on in the games, and they can even make requests to the front man to change the games in particular ways. Their masks are distinctive because they are VIPs. They are finer and more expensive looking than everyone else's. Each VIP is dressed in a golden mask with the face of a different animal: a deer, a tiger, a lion, a bear, and a bull. Of course, the gold color most likely represents the VIP's affluence. Their masks are similarly angular to the front man's, but the VIP masks appear to be the only ones with openings for their eyes to see through. The laborers and the front man are presumably able to see through their masks, but there are no visible eye holes, so their faces are totally hidden. Because they are there to watch, the VIPs appear to have eye holes. The person who is looking has power over the one who is being looked at, because they are watching and wagering on the outcome of the games. The VIPs have influence over the contestants. The individual animals portrayed on the VIP masks may or may not have significant implications, because the deer represents the divine. The individual wearing the deer mask could be a religious figure. The tiger is a symbol of power, hence someone wearing a tiger mask could be a politician. Because the bull is a symbol of riches, he could be working in banking or finance. According to legend, Koreans descended from a bear woman, hence the person wearing a bear mask could be related to royalty or a prominent national figure. However, these are only educated estimates as to which wealthy occupations correspond to which animal's overall symbology. The VIPs, like the laborers and the frontman, keep their true identities hidden. The VIPs, on the other hand, are not made anonymous by their masks, as the employees are. Rather, identity appears to be a privilege that not everyone has in the warped world of Squid Game. Subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this.